our fans were phenomenal today. I think that was probably one of the best crowds we've played in front of, and we played in front of some really cool crowds this year, so I appreciate that. I definitely think they willed us down the stretch. We hit some tough shots down the stretch, and that definitely was because of our fans. Shout out to Texas. It was a great job. I don't want to take anything away from them, but I think that we ran out of time. We could have used about a minute and a half left of that basketball game. Momentum was going in ours, and that says a lot about our players. They didn't quit. We kept playing. Doesn't feel great, but we don't have a lot of time to sit and dwell on it. We got to get on a plane tomorrow and go play another game in 2 days.
Go to questions for the players first. We'll start with Maria.
Alyssa, one thing going into this game is that you wanted to show you could compete with a Final Four caliber team. You did that. Is it especially frustrating to be that close to a win and then not be able to come away with it?
Like I said, we did do that, and now moving forward, there's no excuses. We showed that we can do it for 40 minutes, so we have to just try to be consistent.
Talaysia, similar question for you, but you guys came back from double-digit deficits multiple times this game, including 10 points in the fourth. Just what do you feel like you saw in the team today to be able to make this one a game down the stretch?
We played hard. We gave it all we had. Like Alyssa said, we played for 40 minutes, and that's something we got to continue to do.
Go to Theo. Thank you.
This can be for either player, but what do you think you guys saw that was helping you guys play for 40 minutes for more consistently than the last couple of games?
Just our effort. I feel like we played with just a different sort of effort, a different level of energy, competitiveness. I feel like we were very competitive today. We didn't put our heads down. We just tried to keep, next play, and like I said, we just got to keep competing with court.
Talaysia, can you walk us through that final play through your point of view?
It was draw for me to get downhill, but I say that's me. I could have made a better decision, made a better read.
Alyssa, obviously physical game, lots of people in foul trouble. Just how difficult was it, I guess, at times to not be able to have Janiyah or Z on the court and just to constantly have to fight that as well?
It's tough, but you just have to make adjustments. You have to play with who's available at the time, and some calls didn't go our way, but you just have to adjust to and do the best that you can.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
It's me. Thank you.
Questions for Coach, please. Go to Tora and then Maria.
I'm sure Talaysia would have liked to have a few less turnovers, but it felt like she was really, at her best at times today. What did you see from her, especially just early in the game, challenging her after that, turnover where she didn't get back? Just what did you like about what she did?
I think she did a really good job of just playing through mistakes. Again, she turned the ball over a lot. When you turn the ball over that many times, it's really easy just to get frustrated and shut down. And she did, and she still continued to put us on her back at times. And we got to continue to help her with the turnovers.
Coach, I know you can't comment on officiating, but in all the years of watching basketball, I don't think I've ever seen a 25-12 foul disparity among two top teams like this. Just how frustrating do you think that was for your team to fight through that?
Yeah, it was hard. It was hard.
Go to Caleb and then John.
Same question as Talaysia, Coach. Just what was the final play drawn up, and kind of what did you see go wrong there?
Yeah, Z should have kept it and wheeled it towards the other side of the floor. That was where the space was. But again, I don't think the game necessarily came down to that. It's not a single person's fault. If anyone, that one's on us.
John in the back, then Cora.
Kim, is the difference between this team being competitive and not competitive as simple as them showing the effort they showed today and last game?
Yeah.
What have you seen out of them that's been the difference the last two games compared to the first really 2 months of the season?
I think we got a wake-up call. I think they're awake now. I think we'll see a different team. Again, we're going to continue to be on them. You saw tonight with some of the games that were being played, you got to show up every single night. This is the toughest league in the country. You cannot take a night off against anyone. You got to show up. You got to play.
You mentioned that the game didn't come down to that final possession in your mind, or is there any other moments that kind of stick? I know there's some empty possessions down the stretch, but is there anything that kind of sticks out about what really did it come down to for you?
We fouled them way too many times. We gave them 23 foul shots, and we turned the ball over 22 times. To me, that's where the basketball game is.
Coach, you have a pretty loaded slate going into this week. What can you take out of a game like this and use it to face a competition?
Yeah, we need to be mad. We need to be mad about it. We don't need to be sad. We don't need to be pouting. We don't need to listen to anything other than, hey, we're mad. This is what we need to fix. We need to take our anger out in our next game. I think Ole Miss lost today too, so it's a quick turn. I mean, it's a really tough situation to have this game right now. But that's what this league is about. It's what we're trying to build toughness right now. So we got to go play it and hopefully bounce back on the road.
Maria, then Ryan.
Speaking of that game, this is a tough week, probably one of the toughest
Yeah.
weeks I've ever seen for a team with A&M at home and then to Oklahoma. How are you approaching this stretch with your team with very little rest, obviously? And then a follow-up, is there any update on Mia Paldo's status?
Yeah, there is not an update on her yet. We're not going to be able to do much tomorrow. I mean, they played hard today. We had people play a lot of minutes, especially for how we play, and so they're going to be sore. We're going to have to get the basics in, get what we need in, the scout-specific things, and then get on the road, and they're going to be tired too.
Trouble made you kind of dig deep on the bench. What do you think what Jersey gave you in her 11 minutes tonight?
That was excellent. We needed it. I don't think the game would have been as close without it. I thought she stepped up, and it's not an easy situation for her, but as she was running in transition, she was setting screens. She didn't go out there and look lost at all. She did well for us. I was proud of her.
Cora, and then we'll close with Caleb.
Did you feel like you saw any difference in maybe the demeanor of the team throughout this game and a tight top 5 matchup and the way the leaders were stepping up and just kind of their conversations throughout the game?
Yeah, I did. I think we had that one little meltdown there, and we called a timeout, and we had some leadership, and they didn't hang their heads. They moved on from it, and I think that's a giant step forward.
You mentioned helping Talaysia with some of those turnovers. What do you chalk up some of her turnovers to tonight, and how can you help her with
Yeah, I
this?
think we can relieve some pressure from her, and sometimes that looks different. It's hard right now with Mia not being in, but putting her on the floor with Mia it will help relieve some pressure with her. Taking her off the ball some when she plays as many minutes as she did tonight will help. All of those things, making space easier for her downhill.
Thank you.